finding out about the person. Wow, 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 wow. All right. Up close, Chaplin leaves an even stronger impression. Call all the parties involved. It's time to discuss the matter of the will. I would ask the esteemed guests to stay for a moment longer. I was going to announce Den's last will and testament after he was delivered into the flames, but the circumstances dictated otherwise. And so, according to the deceased will, all the Belardo's fortune goes not to his worthless son Kaz, not to his brainless mate Dagon, but to Fidelio, a mysterious new heir. However, I believe a certain party would like to intervene in this process. Okay, we're going the granddaughter. That's she was actually kinda cute, because they had like personal bond thing. We're going iconoclast here. The name on the will is Fidelio, but Chaplin pulls a hefty scroll out of his bag and tears it to shreds. All his life, Dance spat on loss. I think he'd understand. Ha! The old man sure as thrown didn't expect this. The money is mine. Don't worry, sweetheart. Daddy will help you put your grandpa's riches to good use. Kaz, have you finally gone deaf from all that drinking? The inheritance is going to Adelia, not yours. If you make any attempt to coerce her, I as Den's executor will be forced to take steps. Oh, I see. All of you have it in for old Kaz, eh? Well, I'm afraid you leave me no choice. Daddy, what are you doing? I'm sorry, I promise I'll be good. I'll give you all Gramps' money. Shut your hole, brat. Listen up, all of you. Either the inheritance goes to me or I'll blow this one's brains out. I'm gonna count to 3. 1, 2. Repentance. Sobbing and crying her eyes out, Adelia, smeared with her father's blood, is shaking. Kaz's lifeless body. Daddy, get up. I'll give you the inheritance. Demons take you, Kaz. Threatening to murder your own daughter at your old man's funeral was a new low for you. You always were a useless waste, even in your final moments. Examine the servitor. The servitor was once a woman, is kneeling, motionless, and showing no signs of life. There are two shard holes where the eyes once were. Some malfunction must have burnt its brain from the inside. Its face bears a peaceful smile. What happens to the girl now? She's got no one left now. Her mother ran off to the edge of the galaxy, and her father, well, you saw for yourself. I'll look after her until she's grown up. I don't think I'll need to spell it out for you. A little girl with a tremendous fortune might as well paint a target on her forehead. If I take Adelia in, no one would dare to hurt her. Courtesy of the reputation that my turbulent past has earned me. And if they do dare, while I'm at it, I'll also help her not to squander her whole fortune. Maybe even earn some extra both for herself and you. I think the best investment would be a merchant ship. I'll teach her the basics of void fearing, find some reliable suppliers, put a few strings in the administratum, and just like that, she'll have herself a decent enterprise. I'll venture a guess and assume you wouldn't say no to a supply network that is robust and loyal to none but House von Valancius. Leave the paperwork and other formalities to me. I'll contact your subordinates myself. Why did the servitor attack Cass? I think that one of Dunn's house servitors. Cass brought them with him to the funeral. Could be a malfunction caused by some error during the servitorization process. Or maybe Dunn's, knowing his friends and family as the scum that they are, gave an order to protect his granddaughter, who could say at this point. That takes care of the inheritance. What do we do next? I would like to say goodbye to my old friend. I imagine the crematorium has got its furnaces up and running already, but I feel like it would be kind of sad to just shove Duns in there like that. He was known as Jerrican Duns, and he loved having his enemies drenched in promethium and burnt. I think that would be a nice gesture to send him on his way in the same fashion. Thankfully, it's easy enough to produce a jerrycan of promethium on footfall. Fitting. Want to stay and watch? With pleasure. Well, let's get started, I guess. Okay, so we're done with that. Let's check the void dock here if we can go on the void ship. The refugees from Kaiwa Gamma are looking at you, some with apprehensive frowns, some with unconcealed gratitude. Your Lordship. I need information what happened on Kaiwa Gamma and how did you end up here? We told you everything back in the square. Things are rough on Kaiwa Gamma. Maybe there isn't even a Kaiwa Gamma anymore. The planet was attacked by a horde of heretics. They shouted unholy prayers and cut down people left and right. We heard everything from orbit, listening to one voxcast after another. We realized there wasn't anyone left to save, so we thought we'd run. But then it was like our crew went mad somehow. The captain smashed his own head against the cognitator, and so did half the officers. Everyone who survived did their best to steer the ship into the warp, and then here we are. Only 3 ships made it out alive, ours being one of them. We don't know what happened to the other 2. They never made it to Footfall. Maybe they disappeared in the warp, or maybe something else happened to them. The first beast is body wounded. Its body wooden, crawled into a hole under the palace of a eminent lord. The second beast is its skin in ulcers, perished in an asteroid grave. The third beast, its essence cursed, is curled up in the glow of a yellow sun. What became of the ship that you used to get there? Is it the property of the von Valancius dynasty? Apologies, we couldn't save it. The ship was damaged during the escape. We were lucky it got us all the way to Footfall. It's at the far docks, but there isn't much use of it anymore. It doesn't look like it's going to fly anywhere. And the local recoilers have already removed some of the valuable parts. You can send your people to take apart whatever is left, scavenge the components. Trophies. Except the map of the expanse was revealed to me before the Sea of Souls roiled and tangled the path. How did you, desperate ones, reach Footfall all the way from Kranash system without a navigator? Mechanicus creation. Frightened by Cassia's appearance, the refugee covers his face with his hand, trembling violently. Please forgive me my worthless words. We were feeling our way in the dark, you could say. All we had is some old maps. We prayed to the God Emperor day and night while our helmsmen plotted the course. A miracle. It must have been, your lordship. You were hurling, you were hurling accusations at your masters. That is a sign of treason, and it must be punished accordingly. Do you realize this? Please have mercy. A few idiots shouted some things, that's all. We shut them up ourselves already. It was their grief and fear talking. Please don't punish the rest of us for it. Vituperation directed at Adeptus Mechanicus was likewise registered. Denial is meaningless. Let's see, dogmatic is I'm giving you an hour to handle the ones shouting profanities. We're going iconoclast. Praise the Emperor. We're saved and pardoned. We'll do as we're told. We won't say another word. A familiar figure turns to you. Henrik von Klauks, interrogator of the Ordo Sinos, bows his head. Lord Captain. Honored interrogator, what a surprise. Did you, perchance, leave something in your cabin? No, not at all, First Officer Verisarian. I'm not in the habit of leaving a trail, but I thank you for your concern. I'm pleased to see you again, Henriks. I'm glad to hear that my presence aboard your ship did not leave you with any unpleasant memories. I hope your disposition won't change once I've explained the reason for my visit. I was able to contact my mentor and report the tragic events that transpired on Rikos Menoris. I also received some information from my agents regarding the movements and actions of enemies of humanity, including the Xenos that we are assuming were involved in the theft of the star. According to their findings, the threat now hangs over other worlds, this time yours, Lord Captain. By the order of Lord Inquisitor Xavier Calcasar, whose duty it is to stand sentinel over the Conorous Expanse, the rogue trader of Hos von Valancius is to take on board the agent of the Most Holy Inquisition and provide escort and support in deeds great and small, and serve to safeguard the territories of the Imperium against its enemies. This decree is effective immediately upon announcement and remains in effect until decided otherwise by His Excellency Calcasar. All I got from it is that ridding ourselves of this snitch won't be easy. What exactly caused this need to rejoin my crew? The cause is the activity of humanity's enemies, including the cult of the Final Dawn. In my absence, the situation in the Coronus Expanse has changed. I have received an exhaustive report from my agents. This heresy has taken root in the region where the von Valancius worlds lie. You probably already know about the fate of the industrial worlds of Kiava Gamma. If not, then I will share what details I know, but not here. Better talk on board, where we will not be overheard. I, Rogue Trader Svinto von Valencius, welcome the agent of the Golden Throne aboard my ship and take on the responsibilities of assisting him in the fight against evil that threatens humanity. An answer befitting a righteous servant of the Emperor. If duty has brought you aboard the Rogue Trader ship once more, then such is the Emperor's will. Welcome back, Interrogator. Thank you, sister. It is an honor to be traveling with one of the blessed Adeptus Sororitas. Master von Klaus, since you are with us once more, I hope you will find time to finish our conversation about the literary works of Kronhaller the Blessed. I will make every effort, Lady Oricelio. I must also deliver this to you. The Lord Inquisitor specified that the contents of this envelope are for your eyes only. I would ask you to read it as soon as you have the time. That is everything for the time being. Are you heading to the ship, or do you still have business in Footfall? Whatever the case, I can either wait or for you on board or accompany you as part of your retinue. Okay, he needs to level up. Oh, Void Ship Bridge, finally. I wonder how long we could have done that. Lord Captain, the inspection of the ship system is complete. The tech priests are reporting the machine spirits calm. Reporting that the machine spirits are calm and satisfied. Everything is ready on onward travel. Expect there is an issue you must be made aware of. I have been studying the records left by the vessel's previous navigator. I wanted to double-check the route to Dargonus and discovered that it does not match the one recorded in the Atlas. It is more than a minor warp fluctuation. The route has been wiped out. It can no longer be used for traveling. To make matters worse, I started checking the paths from the Atlas one after another and saw the same thing everywhere. The warp is roiling with an ominous storm, bursting with vivid and screaming colors. It will not hinder our movement, but all previous knowledge is now utterly useless. Warp storms are our enemies, just like heretics and demons. It is a shame that they can't be dispersed with a flamer or a bolter. Now we can be certain that problems with the astropathic communications in the Coronis Expanse are no coincidence. There is a warp disturbance in your way, Lord Captain. It is swallowing messages and disrupting familiar routes. This means you need to locate the key worlds of the Von Valencius Protectorate as soon as possible. I'm talking about Janus, Dragonus, and the Kaiva Gamma, charting new routes so they can be reached, and restoring control will be the necessary next step. What would be the consequences of losing contact with these worlds be? A world deprived of connection to its neighboring systems and the Corona's expanse is an infrastructure can only rely on itself, and their capabilities are often limited. For example, Janus does not have a fleet of its own. Pirates, cultists, heretics, xenos, anyone could prey on the helpless planet. The loss of communication is a threat to your position. A rogue trader with no protectorate to back them is one that grows weaker by the day. The Voxmaster is entirely correct. You are rogue trader Svinta von Valancius, the successor to the Theodora von Valancius, one of the most influential women this side of the Maw. But you're also new to the business of governing. Many will doubt your competence and try to carve up your protectorate so they can snatch a piece for themselves. It is important to show your potential allies and foes that you are in control of the situation, which is why the sooner we reclaim these worlds, the better. Tell me about Janus. The surface of Janus was altered extensively so the planet could be designed an agri world. It is a powerful food base capable of supplying the burgeoning protectorate and exporting provisions to the outer worlds at the same time. Janus owes much of its prosperity to the governor's House of Viat. Under its leadership, the world has grown ever more prosperous year after year, securing shipments and taxes while keeping the workforce tightly controlled. What about Kiava Gamma? Industrial world. Kiava Gamma is being managed by the Governor House of Gaprak, and supplies your protectorate with rare material resources. Additionally, the planet features an Adeptus Mechanicus manufacturum that processes material and prepares them for shipment. I testify that Kiava Gamma is a world marked on the Omniscience patronage. By his grace, the manufacturums of the colony are inhabited by committed and industrious machine spirits. Mistress Taliban neglected to mention that the Kiava Gamma Manufacturum also supplies heavy machinery from forage harvesters to vessel systems and components. You display commendable knowledge of our world's manufacturing capabilities, von Klaus. Pleased to be of service. What do I need to know about Dargonus? Dargonus is the heart and soul of your protectorate. It is where the main administrative resource and storage facilities are. And so is the von Valancius Palace. If you would like to know, this is where you will publicly accept the title Rogue Trader. Dragonus is a major administrative hub that runs the cargo fleet and keeps track of finances. Alabard, what's your opinion? Which world should we deal with first? Rediscovering the agri world will supply your protectorate with something none of your servants can do without: substance. The importance of basic supplies should not be underestimated. Just look at Footfall and its current pitiful state. On the other hand, I'm concerned by rumors concerning Kiava Gamma. There have been no problems on Janus for many years, but something is very wrong with the industrial world right now. Delay might cost us entire planets. I trust I do not have to explain the capital world. Losing it would make us a laughing stock of the other dynasties. Besides, the loss of chronicles and ledgers would spell a bureaucratic catastrophe. So all three systems are equally vital to the Protectorate. It falls to you to decide which should be brought into the fold before the rest, Lord Captain. Very well, our course is clear. Do my officers have any other issues that they require immediate attention? That is all, Lord Captain. The vessel and the crew await your instructions and are ready to depart Footfall immediately, should you so desire.